hide the geometry so that I see back the mesh. Next, I'm going to go back to my top view and go to create and choose to create a dummy object and snap to grid points here so that the dummy is placed perfectly in the center. And I'm going to move this dummy upwards between the two legs here and place it at the hips. And I'm going to go to my left view and adjust the position like so. I'm going to call this dummy hips. Next, to create the spine, I'm going to do it using spline IK. So the first thing I need to do is create my spline for the back in the left view. So I go to create, choose line, and make sure that it's not displayed on the rendering, and I'm going to choose smooth and smooth for the initial and drag type. I'm going to create 3 vertices for this spline. So I'm going to start here, 1, 2, and 3. So in total it's 4 vertices, but 3 are going to define the upper control parts. So I don't need to move this spline anywhere because it needs to be centered to the object like so. Now I can go to modify and choose vertex and position the vertices properly like this. Before I create the bones, I'm going to select the spline, right click and choose properties, and I'm going to choose vertex sticks so that I can see the location of the vertices. And I'm going to also hide the geometry. The reason I did that is because now I'm going to create my bones which are placed properly with respect to these vertices. So I go to create, choose bones, and I'll start here and go like so. Okay, so what I'll do now is select the root bone from here and choose animation, IK solvers and spline IK solver, and click on the last bone, and then I have to click on the spline that I created, and this will automatically create for me my control objects for the spline. So if I select and move them, the spline will update like this. But so far the spline is not moving very realistically, and this is something that I have to fix in a second. What I need to do now is select these 2 thigh bones and link them to the first bone from the spine. So I'll press F3 so that I don't select anything by mistake. I'll click on link and I'll drag and release over the first bone like so. What this will do for me is that whenever I am gonna move this, the feet are gonna update like this. And remember to undo whenever you test your rig. Then I'm gonna select all the controls for the spine, and remember to press Control to have multiple selections, and I'm gonna link all of them to my hips dummy object. So now when I select the dummy object like this, all the upper body is going to move and all the lower body is going to move at the same time. But the beautiful thing now is that whenever I change one of the control objects for the spine, I can change the orientation of the torso like so. Now would be a good time to save your file.